Today is we're going to go out and pick up a cab with the crane and the carry deck. So here we go. Well, we got the carry deck out here, got the outriggers down. Now we're gonna rig up, see about picking this cab off this Super Duty cab and front clip. So we're out here, we got the cab swung, and now we're getting ready to do the engine. But I wanted to show you behind me how we set the crane up, and we make sure that the line is straight for your pick. So we got the carry deck here, and I don't know if you guys can see it, but the line that runs from the crane, you want it to be straight so that it's not picking on a weird angle. So we stand back, we look at it, and it's a little bit back, but I kind of want it to swing that way just a touch, if we can. So that's what we're dealing with now. So they're pulling last bolts out of the motor mounts, and we're gonna pick the engine up, swing it out. Engine and transmission together, I guess. And so here's the cab. It was no big deal once we got the bent up frame away from the radiator support. Got it picked up, swung over, and then when this motor's out, we're gonna swing over and put the cab back on it just to give it somewhere to be. stuff. Yeah, frame
You
was,
got an extension right there, John?
frame was just bent enough.
Sorry.
If you see the frame's kicked over this way,
Yeah.
it was hanging up. This and cleared, but just everything being crookedy. Screwed with that pick just a touch.
There's my 8.
I've seen you donating sockets to the Super Duty gods for a while there.
Yeah.
So I'll show you guys the controls on the crane while we're taking a little downtime. Here's what we got. We got the winch, which is hoist, lower, raise. We got this is the front winch. These are the outriggers, up and down. Then you got the boom, up and down, raise, lower. And then you got the telescope on the boom. And then you got the right and left swing. So just a handful of handles. This thing's got forward and reverse. And then a 3-speed gearbox with a park brake. And then here's the important part, which is the lifting table. And it tells us what we're doing, you know, depending on how far away we're picking. On outriggers, you know, we're good for 3550 at 20 foot, and then 2250 on outriggers with 30 foot. With that's a 10-foot jib on this. We don't have the jib on it; it's stored on the boom. You can see here, this is the main section of the boom, and then this is the section with the jib. Based on your degree angle and sticked all the way out, it tells us where we're at. On these carry decks, it's really important to pay attention to your weights. It's really easy to roll these cranes. I ran one of these cranes when I worked out the mines, and I kind of had to have this one just because it's really handy and for just like what we're doing. Got a good deal on it at an auction, and so far it's worked really well for us. So, you know, it does do really well for this kind of stuff, swinging stuff out. It just makes it a little more handy. It's a little easier to control than a loader or forklift. So that's a little rundown of the carry deck, and we'll go back into it when we start picking the motor. All right, guys, we're getting ready to fire up the carry deck, and we're gonna try and pick this thing. We're gonna raise it, so we're just going straight up on the winch because we got everything centered up. So we'll wait for their call, and we'll do it. Okay, let me know when you're ready. Ready. ready for transport. I've never drove this thing with something on the crane, but I don't see why I can't if I'm careful and I have somebody walking along with it. So I guess it's my carry deck, so I get to do what I want to, but we'll see how it goes. Here's what we got. Motor and transmission, 7.3 diesel, automatic transmission. Well, we want to leave it hanging or we want to set it down? We can leave it hanging for right now. Alright, Auto Recyclers fam, I figured I'd do a little recap on this video where we use the carry deck crane. Give you a little background on it. It was pretty windy that day. But basically, I bought the carry deck at an auction. I got it for a good price. I really liked it. It's kind of fun. And we're trying to find the place for it on how it works out the yard, that sort of deal. It is possible to use it on recoveries as well. You know, especially like on offloading semis and some of that stuff, if necessary. It's just another thing that'll make us money in the future. Basically, it's just a fun toy for right now. It was just amusing. Still kind of get the hang of this one. I don't think it's the one I ran. It definitely come from a Trona mine, but I don't know. All the Trona mines had them. But it works good. It runs good. It's old, but it seems to do really well. I'm really happy with it. It was really handy to pick that cab, swing it out of the way, pick the motor, swing it out of the way. You know, there's a few things in the future that we can do a little better. Looking back on it, probably need some guidelines and a few things I think safety would have my fit watching the video. But overall, I think it did well. The motor weighed, after we got it pulled down to just you know, I got the AC compressor off, got all that stuff off, got the transmission off. You know, it was a complete motor with valve covers, got the turbo off, that sort of thing. It still weighed a little over 900 pounds. So a 7.3 Powerstroke without a turbo, with exhaust manifolds, without any of the front drive system, weighs a little over 900 pounds, just for future reference on shipping. But overall, it worked good. Everything was nice. Got the motor shipped out. I was going to do a little bit of videoing on the motor and the cleanup side of it. But basically, it was kind of hard. One of these days, I'm just going to have to go like do a start to finish on how it works out here and follow the guys around and do a, you know, from the checking or from an order coming in to getting it, you know, either found or go out to the, you know, something that's in inventory, go out there, follow them. We bring it up, clean it, you know, packaging. And I want to follow one from start to finish. It's a little tricky if I'm just like, yeah, we got it on a pallet and, you know, that sort of stuff. So I kind of figured it'd be choppy. I'd rather do one that kind of explains it all in one video rather than a little bit here and there. So this video ended a little bit abruptly, but I don't know. I don't know. I just didn't like. I was gonna originally do the cleaning and the palleting and all that stuff in this video, and I decided I really didn't want to. Let me know your guys' thoughts on it too, because we can do that in the future too. Basically, I was just showcasing the carry deck in the video and a little bit of playing around. But for now, I guess we'll move on to the next one, and the guys are already on to more poles. The motor's already left, so it's in the rearview mirror on that one. So until the next video, thanks for watching.